Na, üdvözlök mindenkit, én Excel vagyok, és ez itt a The Other Worlds Dive-om negyedik része. Na, üdvözlök mindenkit, én Excel vagyok, és ez itt a The Other Worlds Dive-om negyedik része.
Captain, we should chat. Graham's got the right idea, but he isn't the right guy to execute it. I don't even think he's motivated by philosophism anymore. I think he's just... I can't believe I'm even saying this, but I keep going over and over it in my head, and the only way I see the iconoclast surviving is we depose him. Yeah. Hell, most of our people listen to me already.
Na, üdvözlök mindenkit, én Excel vagyok, és ez itt a The Other Worlds.
Sometimes, you gotta do what's best for someone, even if they think you're wrong. Even if it's painful. When we're in Stellar Bay... Take Stellar Bay. Lick our wounds. Eventually... I'm going to confront him. Okay. Deep...
A felébe.
Captain, you must be back with the access codes to...
Graham, we need to talk.
We have work to do. This isn't the time for one of our What? Zora?
You're running the iconoclast into the ground, and I don't believe it'll get better after we take Stellar Bay. The troops take orders from me already, and you've brought me as far as you can down the eternal path. It's time to step down.
The troops? Listen to you. This isn't an army. They aren't soldiers. They're believers. Followers. They pick up a gun because you tell them to, not because they want to. And you, Captain, after all you've done for me. I built this movement from the ground up. I've brought freedom to Monarch, and all these years later...
I joined because I believed that you were in it for the iconoclasts. That you wanted nothing more than to bring freedom to Halcyon. That you were selfless. But... I know the truth now, Graham. I know what happened in Amber Heights. You didn't start this movement because you wanted to save us. You wanted to save yourself.
No. Guilty? I didn't mean for them to die. I'm not a monster. Of course I feel fucking guilty. I've spent years atoning for my sins. I've studied, meditated, taught. I built the iconoclasts so that any man could cast away his past for a fresh start.
That's your answer, Graham? You needed a fresh start? After all those I'm sorry.
I won't. What happened back then was a mistake, and the colony has moved on. This is my movement. These are my people. If you want to lead them, you'll have to kill me.
Please. Don't make me do this, Graham.
If this is where my path ends, I accept it. But as long as I draw breath, I will not abandon them.
So be it.
Jackass isn't coming!
Warmed up now. Welcome to the Iconoclast, asshole. Well, Captain, here we are. Killed a lot of people in the name of the Iconoclast, and it never feels right. But this time, it's especially wrong. You've got the... Void held me. I'll never remember what that thing is called. I've thought about it, but I think we're too far gone. Pulling Carlotta's support was cross... You know, Captain, I never thought about that. Maybe he could be taught the eternal truth. Spread the message from within the corporations. All right. If he's... Guess I'm in charge. You've got the... Yeah?
Akkor menjünk el városba.
If the Iconoclasts reach that ship first, there won't be any chance for... I don't suppose you've found the targeting module yet. I've sent patrols, but... They're all mad! And what's more... Not this again.
Remember what we practiced, sir.
Yes. The words in those reviews were very hurtful, but they do not define me. I am a mantipillar, and my will is my cocoon. You too?
He has a point, sir.
Supposing you're right, who exactly would you have me work with? That's an interesting suggestion. I confess I don't know much about... I'd be willing to consider it, but... Excellent. Her review would be in the Rizzo offices in Cascadia. That's surprising. The board's equipment is usually in top shape. After all, they have first access to any fresh parts or components. You think so? I always thought scarcities on Monarch were due to our pariah status.
Úgy lehet lejönni. Hol van valami?
Heads up!
Ja. Ahogy érzem?
Try another one!
Nice one!
Don't mess with the best.
Oké, azt hittem, hogy megöltem mindenkit.
Any luck bringing the iconoclast to the bargaining table? I don't like the idea that they'll be trying for that module while we delay. Very well. I can't promise anything, but let's see what we have here. Well, it seems like she's actually very qualified. All right. I'll have Celia organize a meeting in neutral territory, the old OSI church in the ruins. Meet us there, and we'll discuss terms.
Hey.
Hey, thanks for coming.
I wish I'd had more time to prepare a proper analysis on the costs and benefits of your proposed union, but...
Gotta admit, I really thought I was walking into it.
If anybody can get these two shaking hands, it's you, boss.
Sanja, Stellar Bay's got food and walls. And my people need both.
Do you have any idea what that would cost? Why, drawing up the budget alone is going to take weeks.
Not good enough. I need to move a fair amount of my people into the city. Suppose some of our healthier folk could offer aid. Some of us need to stay in the city proper, though.
Truly? A compromise? I'm not sure.
Graham was a murderous fiend, and I'd be shocked if you didn't already know that. His friend? His friend? Are you fucking kidding me, Captain? I've been standing with Graham for the better part of a decade, while this...
This feels like one of those times when everyone at headquarters but me is laughing at something, but...
Amber Heights, you haulhead. 10 years ago, Graham had all those people killed.
What? That's not possible. Even for him, that's going too far. But that means... I had no idea, I swear. Look, we were both fed up with corporate leadership, but I never guessed he'd do something like that.
I think I believe him. He's just dumb enough to mean it.
You can't take bureaucrats at their word. You back someone into a corner like this, and... Okay. You're right. Sorry. It'll take me a while to get over losing Graham.
You know, I felt the same way years ago, when he first left. You know, there was something magnetic about him that let you ignore the things you didn't want to see. But surely you know what that's like.
Yeah, I do. Okay, if you're willing to house and supply some of us, I'll have our more capable soldiers help out.
As am I. Oh, I can feel my blood pressure lowering already.
Thanks for coming out, Sanjar. Guess I'll see you at Stellar Bay.
Never doubted you for a minute, boss.
Can we talk? Things on Monarch have really cooled off. I didn't think MSI and the Iconoclast would ever talk. Outside of shouting four-letter words, I mean. Sure, and fish sticks are really made from Saltuna. Look, I won't knock the work you did. I'm sure they'll have a good cry, look through old photographs, share a pint of premium double chocolate cacao gelato. But sooner or later, things will go back to the way they were. Well, who hasn't been there? Anyway, I'd hate to see you get broken up if this thing between... Hey, let's not make this out to be more than it is. Anything...
Hey.
If you'll excuse me.
Stay.
That had to hurt! Everyone all right?
I must thank you for your excellent recommendation regarding Zora. Anyway, quite well, as a matter of fact. Zora, you should see the way she pounds the table and gets straight to the point. It makes for some rather exhilarating meetings. I know I had my concerns initially, but your instincts were right. Zora and her compatriots have become valuable and productive members of our community. And since we're back in the board's good graces, we've got real growth prospects to look forward to. What can I do for you?
Huh?
Sounds like rap. Oh, it does work. I brought some husk from
Good news. The games are coming through loud and... What could... Really? Wait, let me just take a sniff. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Just let it waft right into your nostrils. That's...
It's a toss-ball thing, boss.
Tell Velma that Grim can keep his poster.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but sure can. That's a surprise. Take the poster then. And if I never hear another word about it, it'll be something else.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was gonna spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it.
Yeah. Vieni así tú. Ano. Hol menjünk innen?
Hail, Captain. Your return time is within 14% of the expected value. Now arriving at Phineas's top-secret orbital lab. Do return in one piece.
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I weren't behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but according to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting. Aloysius Clark, Minister of Earth. Virtually every colony requires the presence of a Minister of Earth. Clark is complicit in every one of the board's crimes. Whenever the board issues some new decree, you'll find Clark's signature on the document. If I had time and several blackboards, I could explain the details to you, but to put it briefly, dimethyl sulfoxide is the reason you're alive today. The chemical is absolutely essential to reviving the Hope's colonists. I need you to steal. If you don't bring me enough chemicals, I might not be able to save the Hope's colonists, and then nothing will stop the board from destroying this colony. Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden... Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway. Of course. What's up?
Nice one!
Köszi, jól vagyok viszonylag fáradtan, de próbálkozok live-olni.
A reminder to all crew members, there is only one toilet on the ship. I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells. Welcome back, Captain. How can I... Take care. We are now in orbit above Byzantium. Captain?
Can we talk? Since we're in Byzantium, there's something I've been meaning to do. I haven't actually talked to my folks in a while. Shocking, right? Anyway, it's probably about time I paid them a visit. Given the dangerous life I lead, they've got to be worried sick. Which brings us to where we are today, several messages and a few years late. See, I'm originally from Byzantium, born and raised. I know that probably comes as a big surprise. Yeah. Oh, well, I was thinking you'd come too. Great. And when we get there, draw out your rough edges a bit. If you've got an outfit you haven't washed in a while, maybe one with some blood stains, wear that one. You're the boss. Anything? I sure hope you negotiated for a raise with this Phineas guy. Ever notice how this job gets bigger and more dangerous every time he calls in? He's asking a lot, Captain. Makes me wonder what your angle is. That's one way of looking at it. Another is that he pulled you out of hibernation without your say-so and got you to do his dirty work. Besides, none of this is your mess, so what? Guess I hadn't looked at it that way. Still, Phineas isn't your only option. The board's put a bounty on his head, and they've got more than enough bits to pay it. I've got no love for the corporations, but they know how to take care of their people. The ones at the top, anyway. Don't think of it as being a lackey. Think of it as doing a job and getting paid really, really well. I know you want to save the day, but don't forget to look after yourself. Hey, don't get any ideas. I'm just making sure you last long enough to pay me at the end of this. Anything? It's like one of those stuffy art gallery pieces. Looks okay from far off, but once you get close, you realize it's just some mismatched shit everyone's agreed to overpay for. Even the bribes are overpriced. The real question is, why didn't I leave sooner? There's all these invisible rules, and everyone spends all their energy just trying not to break them. I was a top-tier surgeon, but I could hardly open a pack of gauze without 10 people signing off first. Now you see why I left. People call Byzantium the jewel of Halcyon, but really, it's just paste. Everything's polished and bureaucracy. Take a close look and you'll see it's deader than anywhere else in the colony. Don't trust anyone, don't touch anything, and what, like primals? People are extremely competitive about cosmetic dentistry. It can get ugly. Interesting like a colonoscopy. I trained as a surgeon. More my folks' idea than mine, but I made the best. Lots of them, unfortunately. I even sculpted a few. Turns out Byzantines are more concerned with having square shoulders and a good profile than, well, anything else. That's what I've...
Do you mind? I'm meeting someone.
Shh.
names, okay? The Phoenix is a wanted man, and the board has eyes everywhere in Byzantium. Yeah, you're looking to make contact with Minister... Magpie. I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in his estate, which is heavily guarded. Afraid not. He almost never leaves his home, and his guards never leave him. I've always been fascinated by birds. If you ever research Earth species, there are thousands of them, so colorful and distinct. The other thing about birds, though, is their environmental indicators.
Elnézést, itt vagyok.
Exactly. I started thinking about everything we see around Halcyon, and all the things we don't see. For starters, you rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium who wasn't born here, even though we get ships in all the time.
Trust me, anyone with a lick of sense gets out of here as soon as possible.
But most people don't. In fact, most people stay exactly where they start. Doesn't that seem strange to you? And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. People would drop ideas in. Nothing ever came of them, of course.
Sounds like my old job. I had all these bang-up ideas, you know? Like making everybody haul their own damn boxes. Never did catch on, though.
That's what I mean. Everyone needs a suggestion box so they can voice their thoughts. So what if nothing changes? I mean, there's a shredder at the bottom of the box, so I don't know what you'd expect to happen. But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it, and since it wasn't working, we didn't have anywhere to file our complaints. So you can imagine how messy things got. At first, management put up an out-of-order sign, but that just seemed to worry people, like they were advertising something wasn't working. They eventually took the whole suggestion box sign down so that people didn't have any expectations about it. But they never fixed it, never replaced it. Except that's not how they go. At least that's not how they're supposed to go in Byzantium. The whole episode made me wonder, if they can't fix something as simple as a suggestion box, what else aren't they fixing? After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here to feed him information when I could. That's it, really. Whoa, I'm not one of your B&E specialists. I just provide intelligence. Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts.
That place is still open? I used to study there during medical school.
Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking. Just remember, you didn't hear it from me.
Why can't something exciting happen around here for once?
Nothing wrong with stability. It means everything's running like clockwork.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! The million-bit smile? How'd you like to make it worth 10 million? Kid, you got presence. Natural magnetism, know what I mean? Tell you what, you're gonna like it a whole lot more once we start talking bit. Listen, you got an agent? Some kind of representation? Fresh, natural talent. I know it when I see it. Listen, you got a real special quality, raw energy. I see you in pictures, kid. I'm making a feature, Space Pirates of Moros Prime. It's gonna be a hit. But we still need a star. And I think you got the chops.
Boss, we have to.
Your pal's got the right idea. He's also got a certain expendable look. Bring him along. So what do you say? Terrific. We're holding auditions at the studio. Head to Odeon Pictures and take the elevator. You're...
Okay.
Anti-cryospatial mass skin cream. Leaves you feeling fresh.
Prosperity Plaza. More like Consumption Junction. Get it?
I once treated a lady who got her hand caught in the gears. Idiot was more worried about her rings than her fingers.
The dissidents actually Spacer's choice target size.
Ooh.
Real atmospheric contaminants from Tartarus. Great on fish sticks.
Looking for weapons? You've come to the right place. Why, to defend the...
50-bit says he's got a hard on right now.
Byzantium is the best of what Halcyon has to offer.
You ought to worry about protecting your eyes. What happened?
What? Oh, the eye patch is just for show. But the weapons are all real and of... Marauders, dissidents, especially large sprats. One can never be too well armed. Who knows when the hordes may hurl... Why place your... What? Come to do your part? What?
Spacers. For life's little injuries.
I'm afraid I can't come down anymore, my good man. I'd have to request a council waiver, and you know how dreadful the paperwork is.
Rizzo's not
How does this
sound?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to walk into you like that.
It's time for a table.
My cousin's in pictures. That business makes piracy look civil.
Always knew I'd be in pictures one day.
Great! You made it! Listen, I know you're expecting a script, but you're the real deal. We gave the other actors real weapons to keep things authentic. And because Josh is paying to see their logo on the big screen. See, I knew... Now go in there, find your mark, and...
Well, well. Here to stop us at last, Captain Steele? You're too late. All of this settlement CNP Hungry Time food pills, same nutritional value, but now with added filler, are ours. With their patented stomach stuffing effects and baseline vitamin content, we will be nigh unstoppable. Here to stop us at last, Captain Steele? You're too... Oh, sorry. I already said that.
Can I shoot someone? Wait, are we the good guys or the bad guys? Doesn't matter. I want to shoot someone.
Do you remember the last time we faced each other? The Battle of Axejack, staring one another down across the void of space while flaming debris fell like rain around us. What indeed? I had you surrounded and outgunned, but you overcame my superior numbers with tactical thinking and a hammer.
Wow, you got a real limited edition? With 10% more?
Quit upstaging me! I've been waiting for 5 years now, and at last my day for vengeance has... Yes, it is. I have this whole port wired with sub-micro energon transistor. Once we're away, I'll activate the gamma particulate field, and the quantaponic chain reaction will turn this whole place into vapor. Oh, but there's nothing you can do. I hope you've paid your burial fees and signed your personal death and dismemberment waivers, because this is... Line. Never mind, I think that's scene. To the break room, everyone. I need my Moab fizzy tea.
Cut! That was interesting, kid. Real novel take. Let's take 5.
Hey, listen, I appreciate what you tried there. Look, sometimes you just gotta wait. Here, take this for making the trip down here. Don't...
Cut! Great! That's...
Well. All with the... They are? What an unexpected twist. You may have fooled me for now, but not for long.
Am I in the shot? Hang on. I'm gonna get...
Do you remember the last time? Hey, I didn't write this. Just go with it. I had you surrounded and outgunned, but you overcame my superior numbers with tactical thinking and a
Wow. You gotta...
Quit! Yes! I hope you...
Cut! That was interesting, kid. Real novel take. Let's take 5.
Hey, listen... Get...
Na hát ez nem lehet megjönni.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
So, how many times have you seen
Azért annyira nem erős gép, de...
Today marks a monumentous occasion in the
De azért jobb.
After a deep and thorough examination of our budgets,
Out with it!
revenues,
Wretched
and
contraption
models, we
does
are-
nothing in this city work anymore.
Profits are soaring. Promotions abound. Thanks to your continued hard work, Halcyon is healthier and more productive than ever. In the coming months, Byzantium will be sure to see the many rewards.
Hey! Stand back! Yep, you're looking at the minister's newest. The others took me out to celebrate on account of me just getting hired and all.
Meg nem lehet hallani? Vagy... Kellene tudni. Én úgy tudom, jó, amúgy. Csak, hogyha úgy érted, hogy miért ott írok, hogy valami, ez... Az csak azért van, mert így... Azzal is foglalkozok, hogy nem tudom.
He's basically the most important person in the colony, which makes me the most important guard. That means I got a key to the minister's estate, my own person. Yep, I've nearly made it to the top, my friend. I'm just 2 promotions away from on-the-job bathroom break. That's a great idea! Here's to... Hey, you're really... Wow, listen to me. I'm soaked. I should probably slow down before I'm face down on the tile somewhere. Who am I
Igen,
kidding?
ritkán beszélek,
I
nagyon,
could have...
nagyon nincs
You
miről.
got another?
Igazából az egész is csak azért van, mert... hogyha már ezzel játszok, akkor live-on is legalább van tartalom a csatornán. De nagyon úgy általában eleve nem vagyok olyan nagyon beszélgetős típus. Hát olyan nagyon beszélős. De szerintem ez majd idővel változik, remélem. Egyelőre most a lényeg az, hogy tartalom legyen.
It's not every day you get your dream job, right? Wow! You got like... Oh, Laws. I gotta stop. I'm... Oh, he's, medium height with, like, medium-colored hair and, like, a kind of a medium face. Just like in his posters. Oh, you definitely recognize him if you... I really shouldn't. I'll have the worst hangover tomorrow if I don't stop.
Nonsense. You've got another in you.
De nem vettem konzol,
Doctor's
mert
orders.
gépre eleve szükségem
Guess I can't
van.
argue with that.
Másrészt vannak olyan játékok, amikkel főként nyilván csak PC-n szeretnék játszani.
Very crunch? Or am I just tasting
Vannak olyan dolgok, amik így nem tudom.
I don't feel so good. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Igazából egyszerűen számítógép nem. Talán majd egyszer lesz konzol is. Nem tudom. De a lényeg az most, hogy legyen számítógépem, ami egyébként azon is dolgozok, szóval azért is fontos. Még ez most így megholt? Oké. Na, akkor törjünk be ide. Hey. A gyárba ugyanúgy jöttem ki, mint használt gépet vettem, csak felújítottam és árba igazából. Hát, jó, nem lett olcsóbb, olcsóbb lett volna a konzolt venni, de annyira nem volt drágább, mint annyira nem volt drágább PC-t venni.
That's funny. The minister isn't expecting visitors. Sure you are. And
I'm on my legally allotted break. Oh, what are you doing? Nothing. Nothing. Why? Does it... Laws, I knew it! I work in the lab at the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Some of my sprats went missing, but it's not my fault, okay? Maybe I let them out more often than regulations allow, but they need to stretch their little egg. And so what if I occasionally forgot to latch their cage? Everyone gets a little distracted now and then. They escaped, and before I could coax them back, they'd made their way to the maintenance tunnels. Even if I did dare go down there, they're among all the common sewer sprats and exterminator mechanicals.
És vannak ezzel egy-két haverom, akik ugyanúgy nekik is PS4-ük van, és ők is belül tudnak rendesen játszani. És tudnám lájmolni, de ez nem mostanában, ez a legfontosabb most, amit amire költenem kell, majd az a ROM bővítés. Nem pedig konzolvásárlás.
Really? In that case, take this collection crate. 6 of my little ones are down there, but don't worry, you can easily tell them apart from common sewer sprats. They have intelligent eyes, an agreeable yet reserved demeanor, and a fondness for hiding. Also, they're white rather than green. Please, do take care, and do mime the exterminator mechanicals. If the worst should happen to my little darlings, well, to maintain things, of course. Like big, humming machine things with gears. And pipes. Water pipes. Air pipes. All sorts of pipes. That's why they connect the city from the Acropolis district to here. Something else? I still am. After all, I'm a person of very little influence and only middling prospects. No one does favors for free. But I must say, I'm far too distressed to think critically about your suspiciously kind offer.
Huh? Hey, you!
Mi van?
What do you think you're doing? Just don't make more paperwork for me, all right?
I'll keep it down.
You gotta show me how you
did that.
Minden nem törünk be sehova. Nem. Oké. Várom az új Star Wars játékot? Persze, hogy várom. Játszani is fogok vele. Azt is fogom majd live-olni. Úgy tervezem legalábbis. Mikor is jelenni meg? November 15-én? Talán még jobb is. Legjobb. Színlefonhoz közel van. Már azért készülök rá. Pont ezt mondtam, hogy nyilván a RAM bővítésre kéne gyűjtenem. Meg gyűjtök. Szóval ahhoz biztosan jól jönne. Viszont minden megvan, csak ezek a lagok is live közben, ez hirtelen FPS dropok. Ezek is azért vannak. Az pontosan azért van, mert a ROM nem a legjobb, nem elég. Van olyan 8 MB, és van olyan, hogy általában úgy érzékel, mint a 4 lenne, vagy nem tudom, olyan problémája. Bővítenék mindenképpen kell, akkor minden jó lesz.
There's nothing to see here. Move along. Yeah? Looks like your papers are in order. All right.
How did you get in here? You're not one of my guards. What are...
I don't know if I trust this so-called
So, this is one of the guys?
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. Slowly and loudly, Aloysius, that's the only way these morons understand. I said, you may tell Charles. Then you're not part of Rockwell's PR team. That means you're a...
Finally! High time we got the recognition we deserve.
And so affable. Why, you're nothing like the crazed hooligans the board loves to caricature. But what are you doing here? And how did you get in? Drugs, of course. Back to... I don't have any drugs. You...
I don't know if our chemicals are here, but this guy is definitely...
Will that be all? Oh dear, I don't think I can say this anymore. Of course. It's Rockwell again, who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the... You are a quick... I've long suspected Rockwell of transacting business in my name, but this proves it.
Yeah, sure. It's always someone else who ordered the hookers and energizing ointment.
Please, whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it. How should I know? I've been under house arrest for years. But there is a way to find out, and perhaps to set things right. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details.
If by look for details, he means knock things about and take what we like?
That's certainly one way of doing things. Far be it from me to dictate your methods.
We really gonna do this? Getting involved is a messy business, and...
This is about more than bits. This is about the survival of the colony. If you don't... Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter.
Are you not? We're talking about busting into the chairman's office here.
We're discussing industrial espionage, legal redress, the possible... Also, this is the longest conversation I've had with someone else in quite some time. I dearly hope I'm not imagining this. Now, we've got to get into the HHC. That's in the Acropolis district, along with the other major corporate and government facilities. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons. When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are. The board's lackeys are none too bright. I simply claimed I'd lost it and hid it somewhere no one would think to look. I merely hid it in a book. No one reads anything longer than a few pages around. There are a few advantages to dealing with imbeciles. Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here. What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
You're awful trusting for a guy who's been locked in his own house for years.
The Earth Directorate is our best hope. Even Rockwell's resources are no match. And it is hardly in their interest to let Halcyon... Depending on the nature of their response, months at least, perhaps years. Organizing and sending personnel all the way out here is no mean feat. Perhaps there is hope after all. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck.
Nothing exciting ever happens around here.
Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't you just see the stench of impropriety radiating off of him?
For the last...
How splendid. Another rung leech wandering. Why, just this morning I thought to myself, as lovely as the gardens are, what they... And here you are. Admittedly. Now if only you could gracefully take a Honestly, what is the board thinking, letting so many of your ilk into the city proper? I earned my place here, just like everyone else. My grandfather was the CIO at Tile, you see. I just told you, my grandfather made millions of bits as... Of course it is. Wealth is the most visible, objective measure of success. And success isn't given to you, it's earned. My grandfather taught me that. If you have wealth, you're successful. And if you're successful, you must have earned it. Honestly, it's a simple Chief Idea Officer. He came up with all the best ideas for their product. Well, he described the idea of it to their font development team, then picked it from a list of choices, but that's basically the same thing. It was a very... Let's see. He picked the colors they included in rainbow chips. No one else wanted purple, but he insisted. Everyone loves the purple. And you know how the Cosmic Smokes logo has an eye in the middle of a heptagon? He said that one came to him in a dream. He was a true visionary, so far ahead of his time. Yoel, now do we have any further... What's wrong? It erodes the very pillars of our society. This city is meant for us, the system's finest. We earned its luxuries. But now we are overrun with the unworthy and the ungrateful, and this early retirement nonsense is making it even worse. The worst thing to happen to Halcyon, a contest that gives even the lowliest to most inefficient workers a chance to live in Byzantium. By simply winning a lottery, those early retirees get an exclusive district of Byzantium to themselves. No one else is even allowed to go there. Tell me, how is that fair? Oh, by the law. I mean the principle of it, not the mechanics. It's not right. I deserve to see any district I please. You know, you look like you've been shot at before. What say I hire you to invest?
She's got a point. We're probably gonna get shot at anyway.
Yes. What is that person's job exactly? Are they your secretary? Personal masseuse? Well, it doesn't matter. What's important is that you think this is a fabulous arrangement, and you'd be thrilled. Fantastic. Consider... I hear the chosen retirees all enter the retirement district via the port landing pad, but it's completely locked. Unless, of course, you had a wealthy, beautiful benefactor of impeccable social pedigree, which you do. How? These codes will get you past the lockdown. Oh, and don't worry about subtlety. I don't care how you deal with security, just...
The Acropolis district is off limits.
You could have asked me, you know.
What in the law's name are you on? Sure. Let me just take that off your hand. Did I say restricted area? Slip of the tongue. What I meant was, welcome to the Acropolis district.
Bort's just showing off.
Hello, voy mar.
You ever get the urge to just hawk one on the floor?
Welcome to the official headquarters of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo, a subsidiary of Colway Pharmaceuticals.
State your business. Please step away. This... Huh. I didn't realize we were still... I'll just need you to register your weapons with a revised request to carry 32B form. Each one... Now, let's see. advice for you. Do you have any idea how long it takes to... Just know there are a bunch of guards upstairs, and they're all high on dervish mist and low on patience. So try anything funny?
Don't worry, boss, I got a plan. First, we get ourselves some tossball sticks, right? Then we sidle up to him all polite like.
You do that. The rest of us will watch.
Apologies for the wait. I was arranging my stationery. Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and Chairman Rockwell. I'm also responsible for organizing the adjutant's stationery. The art of arranging stationery is a Will there be
Oh.
Excuse me, just a moment. I beg your pardon, Minister Clark's form... What? Oh dear. Thank you for reminding...
Look at this fancy office. Chairman's bleeding the whole colony dry.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
Not so fast. The Ministry of Accuracy and Morale is off limits to
What level clearance?
Basically, if you don't work here, or for Chairman Rockwell... I don't know how you got that, but I still don't know you, and I don't have any new...
Hey.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out of the city. That woman from downstairs is still in the cafeteria.
That scientist? The one one who's been pounding the clerks? Ooh, gives me the shudders, too.
They're all.
Hey, did Tillman get transferred or something?
That's right. You weren't here when it happened. Some UDL officers took him into custody. Wanted posters.
Heads up!
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out.
Sorry, I'm kinda in the middle of... I knew it. He's eating your lunch too. This is great. Oh, that's no problem. I can get you into the lab. Theodore's out right now, but we should be ready when he gets back. That way everyone can see you chew him out. This is going... I need a favor. Think you could let my friend through just this once? After all, you still owe me.
Fine. But I don't want to hear anything about the catch-up packet incident ever again. And he's on his own if he runs into the guards downstairs.
You're the best, Holt. I'll wait here for Theodore. Just in case he comes this way.
UDL security visit. Oh. Got it. Heads down.
Take your best shot, asshole!
Staying out of sight.
Hát ebből hogy lesz?
Someone's coming.
Who's ready for more?
Vagy nem vették észre azt a... Kell.
Developing new Tyleritos flavors may be glamorous, but our work is vital to the colony.
Hey.
What was Take your best shot, asshole. I'm going
Nobody messes with you, boss!
I'm gonna go out of battle! Reloading!
Oh, for the good old days when you could simply ask the menial for refreshment.
There's my parents' place. Smell that? Industrial grade cleaning solvent and desperation.
Oh, so it's not me this time.
Marilyn, is that you?
Loss! We certainly didn't. And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we? Speaking of surprises, you should meet my new friend. I don't know what to say. He's usually not like this. Come on, you're supposed to help me make an impression. Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not exactly.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes, right? Are you trying to make me look bad?
Marilyn, this...
I mean, we had other business in Byzantium, so... But you can't just kick us out. We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, where... He's right. Since when can you afford authentic Terran marble?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand, we hadn't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were dead. I'm not dead.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost.
We only did what any grieving parents in our position would do. We collected on your life insurance policy.
And the payout has been rather substantial.
You what?
Of course. And we shall always harbor that joyful secret.
And you'll report it to the insurance company?
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back.
Damn right, Captain. Fine. I'm gone. Forever this time. Let's talk outside. Can we talk? Can you believe those two? We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage. I thought they'd be scandalized. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave dramas, and then we'd walk in. Mother would drop her mock apple cider, and the glass would shatter all over their overpriced marble. Father would tear off his glasses and blink open-mouthed. I know. I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know. And I've got a reputation to maintain. I'd love to know how you describe getting kneecapped. But I want to talk about me now. Can I just have a drink and punch some poor defenseless pillow instead? Anyway, I don't want to sift through this lousy experience for meaningful life lessons. I'm mad, and I want to do something about it. Something like... Wait a second. What if I could get that money? I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go to me. I'll make money without doing a thing. And I'll get to cut them off. My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. They have an office in Byzantium. Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves. Something on...
I think we can both agree that Maverick Johnston is the finest.
My dear fellow, you've no idea how our production...
That episode from a few weeks ago was...
I guess we're going to Fallbrook.
Dante Creo's pipeline. All of the benefits of...
That's the last of them.
Finally. Is it just me, or are we getting more and more retirees lately?
Not just you. Felt like a damn factory worker these last 2 months. Nice and easy.
Welcome to the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Early Retirement Center. You, the lucky few, have been selected to spend the rest of your days living the high life in your own private district in Byzantium. When you arrive, you'll be whisked away to your very own luxury penthouse, furnished exclusively by 24/7 Furniture's deluxe Falscowood collection. Some assembly required. 24/7 Furniture is not responsible for any injury, psychological damage, or divorce litigations that occur during the assembly process. After you get settled in, you'll have the chance to explore your new home. Why not go for a bite at one of our many restaurants, like CNP's Blazing Borscht Barbecue or Rizzo's All-You-Can-Crunch Cereal Buffet? Or maybe you'd like to head to the bar and enjoy an ice-cold Zero-G Brew by Spacer's Choice. Zero-G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you, although in the early retirement district, nothing will. All this and more will be complimentary for the entirety of your stay, courtesy of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation. You won't have to spend a bit. So relax, grab a refreshment from one of our vending machines, and enjoy our specially constructed welcome center. While you're here, be sure to check out the displays for some fun facts about the early retirement program and selection process. Then, once you're ready, enter the elevator at the end of the hall and leave your troubles behind. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Welcome to the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Early Retirement Center. You, the lucky few, have been selected to spend the rest of your days living the high life in your own private district in Byzantium.
Oh. Io scegliete. Ok. Bármi? Nem.
Does that elevator go back up?
Hey.
System alert. Performing Invested lockpicking is illegal.
Heads up!
They won't try that again.
Halt. Sweep. Processing.
That's one down.
Make him regret it.
Sprats I ever saw? That one had to be the third biggest.
Any luck finding my... Truly? And all safe and sound. Oh, Reginald, Philippa, Vonda, Haroon, Iskander, Evelyn, I'm never letting you out of my sight again. Please, take this. It's not much, but it's the best I can offer for the safe return of my darlings. Now, I've got to get back to the lab before my supervisor logs my absence.
Oh, there. I must admit, I'm getting a certain thrill out of our little arrangement. If this goes well, perhaps I'll start hiring. It is going well, I hope.
Persze, csak ebben mindenki meghal.
What? You mean it's just a sham they perpetuate so they can dispose of the rabble? That's
Olyan tetszik neki.
brilliant.
Igen.
To take the most burdensome members of our society and simply remove them. Oh, I'll never doubt the wisdom of the board again. Why, I had no reason to be envious at all. What a And how else would I react? A vagrant such as yourself couldn't possibly appreciate the emotional burden this news has lifted from my shoulders. But regardless of your ignorance, I promised you a fee for your services, so a fee you shall have.
Fizessen is, baszki, hát. Történjek, amennyit azokra a robotokra előttem.
Of course, as we agreed. I'm not one to break a contract. In any event, while I'm deeply grateful for the peace of mind you've brought me, I will need some solitude to fully bask in it. So if there's nothing further...
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
Köszi.
You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate. Yes, I'm aware that you stole a batch of precious chemicals and destroyed an important experiment. Enterprising of you, if irritating. My scientists tell me they'll restore the damage you've done within a matter of months. But I'm not here to talk about minor setbacks. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us. He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal. Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal.
Adjutant Akonde's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain? We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Hey, boss. I want to talk to you.
Okay.
If we wanted the board's attention, we got options. Piracy, vandalism, maybe some light art. We want to put some fear in the board, right? I want to believe you, but the adjutant didn't seem too scared of us. You just got an audience with Sophia Akonde. That's the adjutant to the chairman? You sure we should be trusting her? If you think she's using us, why'd you give her the time of day? That's cold, boss. I like it. I know we're freelancers and all. We take work where we can find it. But we gotta be... This is how the board gets you. A job here, an errand there. Before you know it, you're calling him sir and ma'am. Just trying to watch out for you, boss. I appreciate your time.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. All I need now... What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Why do you think we've been doing all this? Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes two things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive the other settlers. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved. Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board. Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly zero progress. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of... Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers. Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope. Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us, skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I've got a healthy disregard for personal safety, but this sounds crazy, even to me.
Your instincts are correct. By any reasonable definition of sanity, this plan...
I don't understand a word you said, Doc. All I know is, if we're gonna hijack a colony ship...
Yes, excellent. I approve of your enthusiasm, young man. You should ask your captain for a raise. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. Certainly. It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny. Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, the board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posterior. Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from a... You absolutely should. The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. enemy is bound to discover my hideout sooner or later. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have... Certainly. That should do it. You've bought me more than enough time. I won't wish you luck on the Hope. Can't rely on luck. Rigorous calculation. What?
Oké, mentsük meg a kolonizálókat. Ups.
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion. You have a message from Adjutant.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony. Transmissions are so impersonal. I'd like to meet you Meet me in my office. I've authorized your ship at my personal landing pad.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say, considering... We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive. If your calculations are even slightly off, you could crash the entire colony ship into Terra 2, or the Sun. The Hope is the Groundbreaker's prettier, sleeker sister. She wandered off and got lost for 70 years. Also, there are hundreds of thousands of frozen organic life forms hibernating in her. If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side. Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My diagnosis of his mental stability is not flattering. Sending a corrupted tracking signal to the board was quite clever, if I might say, Captain.
You got a second? You know, they're gonna make a serial about our adventures one day. I've been trying to think of a good title for this episode. I like the sound of The Skip Job. No, wait, I got it. Hope in Dark Times. Get it? Hope? Like the ship. That's what folks in the business call word... Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Got a list right here. Thrilling tales of the unreliable. Or maybe spine-chilling stories from the edge of the system. I'm partial to that last. Not bad. Got a nice ring to it. Stealing the hope from the board, skipping it across the whole damn system. This is gonna be great. I can't wait. Enough to boost my pay? I'm just kidding, boss. I know you don't pay me. I'm sure you've got plans to make.
És ez a
As for me,
mindenki arra beszélünk.
I gotta keep practicing my signature dropkick.
Yeah,
The hope might have cameras. All right, hushing up.
Hey, én nem támadtak meg.
You know, when they posted us here, I told them there wasn't any point. Nobody would be so stupid as to... Shows how much I know. You've got about 5 seconds. Explode? Holy shit. All right. You'll want a uniform so my staff doesn't shoot you on sight. They're a dangerous mix of board. We've got a few extra in the old badge station to my right.
Keep your eyes out for dissidents.
the only one who wants to scratch my name on one of those pods? Yeah. Figured.
Sys searching. Worker, you are not authorized to access error. Hope crew data not found. Error. Paradox protection protocols have prevented me from registering your stated identity. Returning to normal protocols.
Ouais.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish contact with the Hope's more primitive processor now. Would you like me to play a mood-suitable music selection while you travel to the bridge? Oh, sorry. File not found.
Okay.
These were the private quarters of the Hope's former crew. Shall we hold a moment of silence for the dearly departed?
No.
That's odd, because my programming would indicate that when forced to confront the idea of self...
So, sneak onto a lost colony ship and skip it across the system? What could go wrong? Got your paperwork right away?
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him. Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling. Wait, are you leaving me with the Hope's computer? You have no idea what it's like to converse with him. Imagine. I'll be ready when you are, Captain. Are you sufficiently prepared for the... Probably not, but don't let that stop you. My constellation Searching. Please stand by. Ah, found one. It will go great, Captain. I am almost 4.01% certain we will not die.
No, spun.
Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive. And also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved? Jump-starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2. I wouldn't advise that, Captain.
In case I don't get another chance to say it, it's been interesting, Captain.
Admitting it.
Can we talk?
So we're There's a sobering thought. I think his whole plan's insane. Speaking of, I get that Phineas thinks he's saving the Coming from anyone else, that would sound like a line from one of those Odeon Pictures movies. Still, all this depends on the other Hope colonists. Are they gonna pull us out of the shit? Or are we all just gonna leave a bigger, uglier stain on this... This is why I like you, Captain. Well, whenever... Any...
the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him. Greetings. Probably not, but don't let that stop you. My Constellation executables could use some beefing up. Searching. Please stand by. Ah, found one. It will go great, Captain. I am almost 4.01% certain we will not die. Are you sure that... And all... Jump-starting the skip drive. Destined... I wouldn't...
Worst way.
Admitting a deficit? My, you never cease to amaze me, Captain. Skipping the Hope in 3, 2, 1.
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years? On a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are a go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something. Now. Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Did we move? I hardly felt a thing.
Was that an attempt at humor, Doctor? Certain levels of...
I don't recognize you. Oh, hell. Sure I was. Yeah.
Captain, I am Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
Thank the Lord you warned me. I was able to get some defenses up, but they might not be enough. The board has sent some serious firepower to pry me out of here. They're trying to get in here, and I'm not sure I can stop them. If they capture me, if we can't communicate again, there's something very important you need to remember. The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. Do you hear me? They're fucking corporate swine. You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me! I'll never...
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock. How can I be of... Goodbye. Now arriving at Phineas's top-secret orbital lab.
Easy now.
Ja. Nem elmozdott normális.
You got nimble fingers, Captain.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs. Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to...
Doc Wells never hurt nobody. Just a kindly old fella living by his lonesome up in the rings, tinkering at his table. The board just couldn't leave him be.
Mr. Phineas is just about the only person with power trying to do any kind of good in Halcyon. We gotta bust him out.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain. I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking...
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
We gonna prepare? Sure. Guess I could give my ass-kicking boots another coat of polish. You got some...
The fewer folks we got to hurt, the better. Maybe on our way out, we let all those poor souls locked up in there go free.
Sure, boss. You do the talking. I'll pack a few more rounds of ammo.
I need to talk to you, Captain. Hey, got a favor to ask. Next time we're in the Monarch Wilderness, I'd like to stop in on an old friend of mine. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed. I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But for this, I need help. Really? Here I was steeling myself for inevitable rejection. I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places. The family we once were. First, we go to Hayes. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I need to pay my respects. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects. Then we find my 2 lost trackers and bring them home. A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Mantiqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then, we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together. Thanks, Cap.
Na jó, van, akkor ennyi már elég volt. Holnapra szerintem innen folytatjuk. Mert ugyebár azt hiszem jön az utolsó küldetés. Nincs szerintem. És szeretném még ezeket a többi is megcsinálni. Holnap ezekkel fogjuk majd folytatni. Lépni asztalra. Addig is sziasztok!